guys, it's Erin from Next Evolution Athletics. Today's yoga sequence is going to be a little bit more of a shoulder focus. Again, we try to work out many parts of the body, but today's is more shoulders. The equipment that you're going to need is a yoga strap. If you don't have one of those, you can get a scarf, a fabric belt, or a resistance band. So reminder to go back and do the flow as your warm-up to get the body moving, get every kind of muscle loosened up and warm. And we're going to meet in tabletop. So our reminder, tabletop is knees on the floor, under hips, wrists under shoulders, making sure your hands are nice and widely spread, pushing more so into the tippy pads of the fingertips to try to get some weight out of the wrists, okay? All right, so once you're in your tabletop, again, bring in your core, creating that nice flat back, tucking that pelvis underneath sometimes helps, pushing away from the floor, making sure the shoulders are away from the ears, okay? Left hand comes all the way up, so it's parallel to the shoulder. Right foot kicks back, again parallel, or try to get as parallel as possible to the back hip. Then keeping that core nice and tight, not dumping into your shoulder or your hip. We want to create a nice flat back, okay? So holding here, really pushing that heel towards the back wall, pulling the fingertips forward, okay? We're working on stabilization in the core, and also warming up our joints in the shoulders and the hips. Exhale, you're going to release back down, placing the hand where it was, knee where it was, and then we're going to rotate to the other side. So right hand comes out, left foot kicks back, again, not to dump in the hip, really pulling that core, tucking that pelvis, nice flat back. Looking forward sometimes helps with balance and keeping everything down. Okay, exhale to release back down to the floor. We're going to do that one more time, but this time we're going to add a little bit of movement. So again, left hand comes out, right foot kicks back, and then you're going to draw circles, okay? So again, warming up those joints, warming up the hip, warming up the shoulder, and then reverse direction. Okay, that's always a tricky one. And then exhale back down to tabletop, okay? Last but not least, right hand out, left foot kicks back, and again, circles. Okay, really bracing that core. Don't forget to breathe. Change directions. And then exhale back down. Perfect. Ducking the toes back, you're going to take your left hand, grabbing the right foot. So again, if you need a strap or a towel, scarf or towel, you can absolutely use that. Okay, if that reach is not available to you. You're grabbing the foot. Again, hand is planted, so your right hand is planted. You're going to twist as you lift open. So you're kind of doing a quad stretch at the same time. But this one, to get right into the shoulders, you're going to roll that shoulder back and then kick that foot into the palm. So you really open up the chest, opening up the shoulder. Okay, nice big breaths through here, keeping the core nice and tight. Okay, breathe through it. Again, poses are held for 3 to 5 breaths, and then exhale to release. Again, bringing that knee down first, release, and back down. Switching to the other side. So this time your right hand is grabbing your left foot. Again, if you need a strap to help you, please do. Again, stabilize, lifting that knee up, rolling that shoulder back. Okay? Again, pulling that shoulder away from the ears so you get it right as more of a chest opener. Okay, and then once you're there, kicking that foot back into the hand. Okay, really nice and strong in the hand that's planted. Again, pushing into the tippy pads to get away from the wrist. Okay, couple more breaths through here. And then exhale to release. Perfect. Coming up to standing, going through a little bit of sequence, grabbing your strap. Okay. Just leaving your strap somewhere handy where you can reach to. Doing a nice little tricep stretch. So starting with your left, bring your hand all the way up, bend 90 degrees at the elbow. Taking the right hand, placing it on the outside elbow, and pulling it back. Okay? Ideally, you want that forearm to come up and over the head, not to rest on the head, but up and over. Lifting the chest up, tucking that pelvis down to get a nice flat back. And really bringing that chest up high. We don't want to see it come down low. We want to see it nice up high. Okay, if you can, touch that back, mid-back. Okay, nice big breaths through here. Again, this is opening a lot of the tricep, a lot of the lat. You might even feel a little bit into mid-back. Again, doing your best to pull that shoulder down away from the ear. Okay, exhale to release. Switching sides. This time right hand comes up. Bend 90 degrees like you're giving yourself a pat on the back. Taking that left hand and pushing on that elbow. Again, forearm should come over the head, not on the head. Okay, lift the chest. Tuck the pelvis in. And then give a nice pull. So again, 3 to 5 big long breaths. Again, keeping that movement, pulling that shoulder away from the ear. Okay, nice few breaths through here. And then exhale to release. Grab your strap. So I have these big long yoga straps that I like to cut in half, but depending on the length, you can have just full size. Okay. This time we're going to place it over our left shoulder. So placing it so it's half and half. Left hand's going to come just like we did with the tricep stretch, and you're going to act like you're patting yourself on the back. Grab the strap, okay? Right hand comes down with the thumb down. You're going to take that right hand, come all the way behind to grab that strap, okay? Once you have it grabbed, okay, lift the chest, then start pulling that elbow backwards, okay? Keeping that chest nice and lifted, and again, pelvis tucked in so that we're supporting our low back, creating a nice core engagement, so we're just holding everything nice together, okay? Nice big breaths through here. Again, holding for 3 to 5 breaths. Okay, you may even feel a little bit of a stretch through that right shoulder, okay, just depending on where you're tight, okay? Now, if you're really, really bendy, you can come all the way up the strap, or you can get rid of the strap completely and touch their hands, like, so you're grabbing your hands like this behind. Unfortunately, I am not that bendy. Okay, when you exhale to release, bring the elbow down first, and then the backhand shoulder. Switching sides, so bring that strap over to the right side, okay? Again, right hand is going to come like you're patting yourself on the back, okay? Left hand comes out, thumb down, reaching back, grabbing that strap. Now, before you move, you're lifting the elbow, lifting the chest. Okay, chest first, then elbow, tuck the pelvis, and then you can see if you can get a little bit higher up on that strap. Again, making sure this shoulder's rolled out. Okay, nice big breaths again through here, 3 to 5. Okay, we're really opening up the lungs because this one can really stretch out the chest as well as your shoulders and your triceps. Okay, exhale to release. So elbow comes down first, release the back hand from the strap, and then we're just going to keep that strap close by. We're going to use it later, but not too bad. Okay, coming into a standing position, keeping the feet hip width apart. As you inhale, you're going to bring both arms up, okay? Drop them away from the shoulders. Grabbing the right wrist with the left hand, you're going to inhale to pull that arm up, and then exhale, you're slowly bending over to the left-hand side. So this really opens up lats, obliques. You might even feel it into your hip flexors. Now squeeze your glutes to really hold yourself up. Again, keeping that core nice and tucked, chest is open. Okay, so ideally you're kind of rolling that chest up to kind of open to the sky. Okay, nice big breaths through here. Inhale back to center, now grabbing the opposite wrist, so you're grabbing the left wrist with the right hand. Inhale to lift, exhale to bend over to the right hand side. Once you get there, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest. You can pivot that chest open, so you're shining it more up instead of down. Okay, nice big breaths through here. Again, 3 to 5. All right, exhale to release. All right, getting into your warrior 2 position. So warrior 2 position, left foot is going to be on parallel to the short edge of the back of the mat, and right foot comes forward. Okay, again, with your warrior 2, your knee is always over your ankle, and try to avoid the knee from coming in. Really want to externally rotate, keeping the foot nice and planted so that that knee is always over that ankle. Okay, as you inhale, rising the arms so they're parallel to the floor, twisting your body a little bit forward, and your gaze should come into the middle of the finger. Okay, so parallel to the floor. Gaze over the finger. Now drop the shoulders from the ear and then squeeze that scapula, really opening up the chest. Okay, going into our movement, flipping both palms up. As you inhale, you're going to bring your hands to touch up overhead as you straighten that front leg. Exhale back down to warrior two. Inhale, flip those palms, hands come all the way up, getting a nice stretch at the top. Straighten that front leg. Exhale back down to warrior two. One last time, inhale to lift. Exhale to back to warrior two. Now we're going into what we call humble warrior. So taking your hands behind your back. Okay, coming high up into the webbing. So like you're bringing your hands up and then pulling the fist or the knuckles towards the ground, lifting that chest nice and open. You might feel a snap, crackle, pop. Okay, don't overdo it. Now if you can't open up, just bringing the elbows to a bend and pulling down as much as you can. We really just want to feel a nice stretch through the chest, and again, a nice stretch through the traps here, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Okay, as you exhale, you're going to hinge and start moving that body weight into the inside of that knee. Okay, inhale, you're driving through this heel all the way up and squeezing that right glute from the behind as you come up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower and hold. We're going to hold here for a 3, 2, 1. Keep that chest lifted. Inhale to rise, releasing the hands back to your warrior two. Okay, front arm comes down and either can rest onto the quad or can just just be there for stabilization. Now that back hand swoops down and around, rising all the way up. Okay, now those fingertips are going to pull, 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 keeping that back leg really nice and strong, keeping it engaged. You want to feel that knee lifted, that quad engaged. So option here, one is to stay here. Another option if you want to do a little bit more core work is you can take that arm that's resting on your front quad and bring it up like you're catching a beach ball overhead. Okay, so it really works on the core stabilization. You may feel it in your adductors too. Okay, hold and breathe. Nice big rest through here. Now if you've got the ball overhead, release that back down and then take that arm all the way back to your warrior one. Warrior two. Hands on hips. Pivot that front foot. So again, that's now parallel to the short edge of the mat. Gonna reach down and grab that strap, scarf, whatever you have. Again, I like to have my strap in half, just depending on the length. Now take that strap and you're gonna have it behind your back. Now this, depending on how wide you want to have it, will depend on how tight your shoulders are. So if you have great flexibility in your shoulders, it would be about shoulder width apart. I'll come out a little bit longer so you can see it. So roll the shoulders back, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, kind of engaging your scapula. Okay, so here we're going to hinge from the hip. So kind of like a deadlift, you're pushing the hips back. At the same time, body comes forward, and hands are going to come up and over. So you're really getting a nice stretch through the hamstrings, through the low back, through the chest, through the shoulders. You might even feel it in your forearms. Okay, now again, if you're super flexible, you can have those shoulders come all the way to the ground. I am not that flexible. Okay, hold and breathe through here. So I want to see at least 3 to 5. Let's go 5. Okay, so we're probably at 3, 4, 5. Now to get out, you want to bend those knees first. Drop the hands down to the hips and then come all the way up. Awesome. Taking that strap, just leave it in front. We're going to use it again. Okay, pivoting that back foot now, so that's facing forward, and your front foot that was forward is still parallel to the short edge of the mat. Now we're front to back and back to front. Again, into your warrior two. Keeping that knee in line with that heel. Arms parallel to the ground. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the scapula. Gazing over that middle finger. Hold core nice and tight. Okay, squeezing, making sure that back leg is really, really, really active. I find squeezing the glute helps. Okay, flipping the palms upside down. As you inhale, you're bringing the hands up overhead as you straighten that front bent knee. Exhale back down to warrior two. Inhale to rise. Nice big stretch. Exhale to lower. One last time. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower back down into warrior two. Again, like we did last time, bringing the hands behind the back, coming high up into the webbing, okay? So nice and high behind your back. Pull, lift the chest, and then pull those knuckles down towards the floor. Again, for flexibility, you may have your arms bent at a 90 degree or some variation. Okay, turning the body towards the knee. As you exhale, you're bringing that body into the inside of that front knee. Inhale, you drive through that heel, squeeze the back glute on your way up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. One last time, exhale to lower. We're going to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to rise all the way up, releasing those hands back to warrior two. Resting this time the left arm onto the left leg, taking that back hand, swimming it down, and again, pulling those fingers as far as you can forward. As you're creating lots of stability and strength, you're feeling a nice stretch all through that side body, okay? Again, if you did it on one side, core challenge would be to remove that hand that's resting on that quad overhead like you're catching a beach ball, okay? Hold for 3 big breaths through here. 1, 2, 3. Exhale to lower. Bring the hand down and around. Back to warrior two. Warrior two, hands on hips. Pivot that front foot forward so both feet are facing or parallel to the edge of the mat. We're going to grab that strap. Same thing, that wide angle forward fold with the strap to get a nice shoulder stretch. Lifting up. Hinge from the hips, just like you would do a deadlift. You're pushing the booty back. Okay? Shoulders come down and around. And keeping that chest nice and lifted so you create a nice flat back. So we can get into the hamstrings, get into that low back, and really feel lots of stretch through the shoulders, stretch through the forearms. Okay? 2 more big breaths through here. Okay, when you're ready to come out, bend those knees first. Drop the hands to the hips, squeeze the glutes to come up. We're going to take that strap, place it over to the side. Okay. Going into one of our balancing poses. So balancing poses are really important because it is working on our stabilizers. So the more stability you have in your ankles and your hips, the less likely you are to get injured. Okay, our first one we're going to do, or only balancing pose, is called a modified dancer's pose. So we're going to really ground down through our left. So what I like to do is kind of really make sure all 4 corners of my feet, so the 2 points of the ball of my foot, 2 points in the heel of my foot, are nice and ground down. Okay, grabbing the left hand, or left foot with the left hand, coming into like a quad stretch, okay? And then you're taking your right hand up high, okay? So this might be enough for you. This may be where you're working on some ankle and some knee and hip stability. Going into a little bit more of a shoulder stretch, as you hinge from the hip, okay, concentrating on a spot that's not moving in front of you, okay, you're coming down into more of a bent. Once you get to that bent space, you're going to kick that foot back into the hand, rolling the shoulder up and open, kind of like we did with the tiger pose at the beginning, okay? Really keeping this one nice and strong. You can have a bit of a micro bend or you can have it completely straight, your call. I like a bit of a micro bend, I find I can get a little bit. Now making sure that glute is always activated, always engaged, and then as you exhale, bringing that body back to that quad stretch and release. Okay, try it on the other side. This time the left foot is ground down, engaged. Right hand is going to grab right foot, so the top of the foot, okay, into your quad stretch. Inhale to rise that left hand. Again, that might be your option. Okay, second option is to hinge the body weight forward. Okay, nice and slow. Once you get to a hinge, then kicking that back foot into the hand, rolling the shoulder back. Okay, nice big breath, focusing on a spot that's not moving. Concentrate on grounding through that foot. Okay, and then when you're ready to come out, exhale, release, come back to that quad stretch, and back. Perfect. All right, going to the floor, we're going to go into a couple series. So we're going to go knees, again, over hips. Okay? And then you're going to walk out those hands. So the first one's called puppy pose. So I'm going to give you some options. You can have your hands hip width apart, but the tighter your shoulders are, the wider you can go once you're on the floor. Okay? So again, I'll come to the edge of my mat. So keeping your hips and your knees aligned, you're dropping your chest towards the floor. Okay? Option to either have your feet relaxed or tuck them in. So you can see my chest is coming down towards the floor, forehead's coming down towards the floor, and you can really feel a stretch through the shoulders, through the lats, even through that upper back. Okay, this one I want you to hold for 5 big breaths. We're probably at about 2. So really inhale through the chest and the belly, exhale to release. 1 more big breath. All right, staying in this position, you're going to leave your left hand out. You're going to take your right and thread it underneath, kind of right across the armpit. Then you're resting that right shoulder down and then bringing that left hand a little bit more forward and then roll the body. So you're going to get a nice stretch through here and then you're going to get a nice stretch to the front. So you're going to look like this on the ground, okay? So a couple big breaths through. So we call this threading the needle with your shoulder. Okay? If it's more comfortable to you, you can rest your forehead or your cheek down, or you can rest the front of your forehead or your temple, whatever is more comfortable for you. Okay? To come out of it, as you exhale, lift the head up, walk the left hand in first, then take the right hand out, and just do the opposite side. So right hand comes out straight, left hand threads kind of underneath where the armpit would be, resting that shoulder all the way down, resting the head, and then walking that right hand all the way out. Okay? Again, 5 big breaths through here. Okay, nice big breaths. So again, just doing the opposite side, same thing, opposite side. Okay, 2 more big breaths through here. And then as you exhale again, head comes up. Unthread and walk the hands back. Going into a nice big shoulder opening stretch. So you're going to come down onto your belly. Okay, come all the way down onto your belly. You're going to take your left hand and create a 90 degree, okay? You're going to rest your left ear, left cheek down, and then you're going to take your right arm, let's do it this way. Take your right arm so it's parallel, okay? As you inhale, you're going to push the body away as you roll away, really opening up the chest, okay? So, 90 degree arm, taking that, and you're rolling that body. Now, it depends on how much you want to do. You should feel a stretch through the chest, through the shoulder, maybe through the bicep and through the forearm. Okay, 2 more big breaths through here. Okay, for a deeper stretch, you also can kick that arm, or that leg, back, or you can use that leg to push yourself a little bit farther, depending on how flexible that chest is. Okay, exhale to release. Coming flat back onto your belly. This time your right arm is going to come into a 90 degree angle. Resting the right cheek or right temple down. Left hand is planted. And then again, using the left hand to push your body away. Opening up that shoulder. Opening up that chest. Nice big breaths through here. Again, these are ones that I'd rather have about 5 breaths for. And then exhale to release. Great. Thanks for joining me. I'll have another video